Hello everyone, I'm Dalen from MachineWise, and today we're going to be going over the disassembly, maintenance, and assembly of our channel products like the Prisma and the Sliff T. Quick disclaimer. If you're experiencing an extreme amount of tap or play after lubricating your pivots and fully tightening your balisong screws, or it locks up when fully tightened, please consider sending the product to us for a free warranty repair. Please do not disassemble your balisong unless you have an in-depth knowledge of the process and the parts a balisong uses. Various parts of our products can be damaged if you don't know how to properly maintain them. Now, on with the video. So before disassembly, we will just briefly go over the weight system on the Prismas and the Sliff Ts because they are the same. So to remove them, if you wish for a more neutral balance, you simply just unscrew the screw and that will fall out. And side benefit, these are the exact same screws and pivots as the pivot side. So if you do strip a screw or you lost a pivot, you can always swap them up to the front and flip a more neutral knife while you wait for more to come. And to get these back in, you just push it in from the back, unscrew the screw until it falls into place, and then screw it in. And I like to hold this with my finger or thumb, whatever you're most comfortable with, just to keep the pivot from spinning while you're tightening the screw down. And then eventually it'll just bite onto itself and you can give it a little tighten. So from here, we will loosen the pivot screw. Take your pivot needle or whatever you have to push pivots out. Push out the pivot. Then just slide the handle off. And then we will look for the wear marks on the washers, because that is the side that is towards the blade. So we have wear marks facing upwards. I like to do that so I know which way they'll go back on later. You can take your rag, clean off any oil, push out your bushing. And then from here, it's ready for fresh hardware if you are, if you purchased fresh hardware. And then for reassembly, it's a channel handle. There's nothing to take apart on the handle other than the weights, so pretty straightforward. We'll just put the bushing in, put the washers with the wear side back towards the blade. And again, these are the hardened stainless washers. I highly urge that you reassemble with the same washers because they will last bordering on a lifetime. We have rather tight pivot channel tolerances. That helps a lot with keeping our tune tolerances very tight, but it can be very difficult to get the handles over the whole bushing washer stack up. So the way we do it is we'll have the bushing in and the washers over it, and I will pinch it with my fingers like that. Sometimes I'll even rest the washers a little bit over the edge of the blade. And you just take your handle and you catch the washers on the edges like that, and then you can just push it over. And then you can use your pivot needle to finish up the alignment. So upon reassembly, we do highly urge that you do not use any Loctite on our products. If you truly do want to use Loctite, you can use it just on the pivots of our knives. However, the weights, especially in the Prismas, please do not use any form of thread locker, Loctite, paracord, Teflon, anything, because there is absolutely zero way to get this back apart if it's together too tight, because it will just spin the pivot and then we will have to drill it out. That is my Loctite PSA. Please do not use Loctite. Then pivot back in. Same thing on the screw. I like to back it up first till I hear that click. Push it forward. And then especially on these aluminum handles, aluminum is much softer than titanium or even the steel that the hardware is made out of. So you don't want to crank these down with the might of Thor. You can actually start damaging the aluminum. So what I will do is bring it till it's just snug, back it up a little bit, give it a good like 1/8 rotation, medium force. And you'll notice from here, you could more than likely probably still keep cranking it down, but you really don't want to do that. That can damage many things. You can strip your screws out. So from here, there should be minimal to no play, and it should have good swing. Tune test with the horizontal swing. No binding, and then the ice pick as well. We're good there. Then we'll just apply your preferred oil and just rub it in. And now we're good. If for whatever reason you are now fully assembled, it's all lubed up, and you do have some bind somewhere or something just doesn't feel the way it did before, more play, tap, something along those lines. The first thing I recommend doing is just taking it apart and checking specifically the orientation of the washers. You really want to make sure that the side that had the wear on it went towards the blade. And if that is all checking out good, then we do offer lifetime support and warranties on our products. If you have a tune that has gone weird or you can't seem to solve it, please feel free to hit us up, email or Instagram, and we will make sure you're taken care of.